my AuthorTube / weekly vlog. Today I want to talk about time and space. So the most important thing when you decide that you want to write a book or you want to do a podcast or even a YouTube is finding the time and the space. And yes, that can be easier said than done. But one thing I have learned is if it's something you want enough, if it's something that you thrive for, you'll find a way to do it. And even if that space is minimal, even if that time is minimal, sometimes that's all it takes. So I get it can be hard. I get there's a lot of things in life going on. You have work, or maybe you stay at home, or you have to deal with the kids, or that there are so many other things. But no matter what, you can make that happen. I'm a mom of 5 girls. We live in a small space, and we regularly shop at Walmart and the Dollar Tree. So I totally get it. I totally get not having the means or thinking you don't have the means to get something done. So all I can say is if you want it bad enough, find a space. Now, I know I said in my welcome video that my office is in a closet. I wanted to emphasize on we're not talking about a big, nice walk-in closet. We're talking about a small closet. Tape measure here, and I can even show you. If I take this from door to wall, and I can show you, and maybe you can even see it, that is 25 inches. That is just over 2 feet wide. This is my office space, 2 feet wide and maybe 2.5 feet long. This is my space. This is where I do my writing. This is where I do my studying. And sometimes when I'm going to be doing the author part of my vlogs and my video postings, sometimes this is where I will be doing my videos. And it's nothing so complicated. I've got a blanket backdrop. I've got a small little TV tray as a desk. That's just big enough for my Chromebook and everything else. So I just want to make sure that I'm not making it sound like I have this huge space, but I'm only saying I have a little space. If you want it, you can make it possible. Sometimes it involves doing things that get maybe a little uncomfortable. Maybe you always hang your clothes, because that's what I do, because my goodness, I am not a fan of folding clothes at all. You can ask my husband, he'll agree. But I was willing to make the sacrifice, so I took all my clothes, all of our clothes that we had hanging in the closet, and I took them down. I went through everything, stuff I hadn't worn in months, in years, I got rid of. Everything else, I got over it. And I started folding my clothes again and putting them in the drawers underneath our bed, which we were using for other space. But then we rearranged things and turned things around. And like I said, we cleared out our closet space on the other side. My husband has his recording studio. So it's the same thing. He's got about 2.5 feet by 2 feet. It's small and it works. So let me just show you here if I can. This is my desk space. That is where I work. But I've got everything situated. I got all my little shelves. I even have my dry erase board and my necklaces. I've got a couple posters there, and I've got my, bulletin board. So it's very difficult getting it back set up. You can see it's not a lot of room, but it is definitely enough to get stuff done that I want to get done. It's definitely enough to give me even a small space, but a space that I can call mine, a space that I can be the author, I can be the writer, and here it is. This is my space. I can do anything I want with this space, even if it's only this big by this big. It's my space, and I have it. And I think it's very important, if that's something you want to do, or I should say, if there's something you want to do that involves having your own space in one form or another, writing, podcasting, even photography, because you gotta take your pictures, but then you gotta load them on the computer so you can load them on your site, whatever, or blogging. It can be anything. It can be anything. Sometimes just enough space is just enough. It doesn't have to be big and extravagant. You can see my closet door here. It's not big. It's not extravagant. But if you find that space and you make it yours, that in and of itself will help so much up here in your head space to prepare you and get you more in the drive and motivation and dedication to do those things that you want to do, knowing that you have a place to go to do it, as opposed to sitting on the couch and pulling up a table or your lap and doing your stuff there, which is fine. Because sometimes I still write in the living room while we're all watching TV, or everybody's doing school and my husband's doing his thing. I'll sit on the couch and I'll still write on the couch. But knowing that I have this space and having it available if I need it does so much more to put me in that space. Like, yes, I am so ready for this. Let's do some writing. Let's do some blogging. Let's do a video, whatever. It helps so much. So my piece of advice today, or my recommendation, or step 1 or 2, depending on where you're already at, find a way to make your space, no matter how small it is. Be it a small closet, be it if you have a garage and you have room in the garage, even better, because then you have more space. But if you don't, a closet will do just as well. It's something. Right now, the only thing giving away that this is a closet is the door, and even at that, you can't really tell it's a closet door. Just because I've cleaned everything out and I've got my stuff on my walls and all this stuff. I've got a light hanging up on the shelf so I can see everything and you guys can see me. It's possible. And no matter how small of a place you live in, no matter how big of a family you have. We have 7 people in our family and we live in a very small apartment. We're a very small apartment. We're less than 1,000 square feet, to give you an idea. So I say this information so you can understand or get an idea of how possible something can be, no matter your situation. Will it take time to figure it out? Probably. Will it take effort to actually do it and get it done? 100% absolutely. Because without effort, it's not going to matter anyways. Because all you'll be thinking is, well, that didn't take much. I can do this whenever I want to. But then because it sounds so easy, you'll never get it done. But if it takes the effort, if it takes time, the time to take everything out and find a different place for it and organize everything out over here first, and then come in here and put your stuff up and put your backdrop, or cut the table just right to fit in the small space you need it to fit. whatever it is. You putting that time in it and that effort in it has made it that much more extravagant for you, no matter how small it is. And then it's even that more extravagant knowing that it's yours. It's your space. Nobody else is allowed to go there. It's yours. And that's it. So, and that's all I got. But it matters. Find your time. Find your space. No matter where it is, no matter how it is. Hell, even if your space is in your car, make it your space. Maybe you can make the back seat and hang up some little things, or maybe even on the driver's side have a little few posters and post-its here, or whatever, about something encouraging, and it's your space. Even if it's in the driver's seat, it's still your space. You can make a video in the car. People do it all the time. Hell, you can type on a computer in the car. It's not ideal, no. It's a smaller space, yes, but it's definitely possible, and you can definitely make it your space, for sure. There's always a way to find it. But when you find it, you really have to personalize it, because if you don't personalize it, then all it is just another spot. So find the time, find the space. The time is whenever you have the time. Whenever you have the time. I've got my oldest and my middle, they're doing school right now. Our youngest two, they're actually in school physically instead of remote learning right now. But I have the time. There's this blank spot now, so I have the time to sit down and make this video. Sometimes I have a lot of hours in the day. Sometimes I don't have any hours in the day. Sometimes I don't have any hours until after everybody goes to bed and it's nighttime and I'm ready for bed. But that's still time. You have to be willing to sacrifice when those long days come by and you don't have any time during the day. You have to be willing to sacrifice things like staying up an extra hour or even only an extra 30 minutes to write a quick couple of words or make a short video or update your website, post pictures, whatever it is. You can get a lot done in just a half an hour. You can get a lot done in an hour, but you have to make the time. The biggest mistake that a lot of us do is assuming we don't have enough time in the day. Everybody is always like, I need more time. If only we had more hours in the day. But something I've learned is the most successful people in the world have the same 24 hours in their day as we do in ours. The only difference is they've been willing to find the time and make the time, even if it feels inconvenient, to do the stuff that they want to do and to get it done. And once I realized that I need to do the same thing, it made more sense. That being said, do I always utilize all of my time to its fullest? Absolutely not. I'm not perfect. I'm only human. Sometimes I just want to sit and veg on the couch and get nothing done. And I do. And then the next day I beat myself up for it because I'm sitting there going, I had this whole 2-hour span to do something and I did nothing. I sat on my couch. I didn't even get on my phone. I just sat on my couch and did nothing. And I sit there and I just sit in the fact that I got nothing done. But you can't do that. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you don't want to get anything done. That's fine. Don't get anything done. Sometimes you don't want to get anything done. That's fine. Get something done anyways. We all have the same 24 hours. And once you get to a point where you step back and look at your day, look at what you're actually doing during your day, plot it out. Okay, I usually get up at this time, and then I sit and chill for about an hour, and then I eat breakfast, and then I get dressed, and then, I wake up the kids for school, and then at this time I take the kids to school, and then I'm back home, and I have about this much time, and I'm usually just doing this, and then after that I do the dishes, or I clean up the living room, or whatever it is. So you have that time from when you got home before you started cleaning that you just sat down and was just kind of hanging out and chilling and whatever. Maybe it was only an hour, maybe it was a couple of hours. But once you sit back and look at your day and figure out what you're doing, it's amazing how much time you realize that you've wasted doing nothing. And you're like, hey, I had all that time. I can use that time to do this. And if you decide to use that time, don't allot yourself, okay, I'm going to do this for an hour. Just put it on the list to do. And whatever you get done and however much time you spend on it is still more time than you did before. And that is still progress. Maybe you'll get to a point where you want to give yourself, okay, a full half hour, or you want to give yourself a full 30 minutes. And that's totally cool. But I would start out how I did. You don't have to do it my way. Start out going, man, I would like to do this 30 minutes an hour, but I'm just going to put it on my list between this time and this time to write 500 words, or even, write 200 words. Yeah, it's just a little bit, but then you'll find yourself writing, and next thing you know, you'll stop and you've written not 200, not 500, but 1,000 words in 30 minutes an hour, because you didn't put that number or that time hanging over your head. For some people like to have those numbers and that time, and that's cool. Whatever works for you, awesome. Some people that doesn't work. Having that hanging over their head actually causes more stress or more anxiety in the situation. They can't get stuff done, and that's cool too. So put it on the list and say you want to do it between this time and this time, and whatever you do, you've done, and is still more than not doing anything. So there you have it. That's my tidbit for today, my whatever you want to call it. Probably went around in circles a couple times, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you later.